word that's thermoregulation, just a fancy word for keeping hot or cool. So think like when your dog's panting, same sort of thing going on there. Now these enormous animals with those big horns, tan and coloration, they look like giant goats, but they're actually the world's largest type of antelope. They're called the common eland. Now these lovely ladies are all ladies. Both males and females have horns, but a male would stick out like a sore thumb. He would be almost double the size of these ladies here at around 2,000 pounds, which rivals our black rhino Jody in weight, just for an estimation there. Now,
do you have any males on the property?
So no males on property. Keep hanging on nice and tight though. I'm going to chat a bit about that. That's a really good question. We're good, Cheyenne. So the sad, but I mean, it's the honest truth, is that with lots of testosterone comes a lot of
Aggression?
potential fights, macho stuff going on. So we like to keep all the males that we have in each of our sections to one intact male. So we don't actually have any on this side right now. Sometimes we'll have a male zebra come in for the Remy zebra ladies that are over here. Now keep hanging on nice and tight. We got some more bumps here. We're good, Cheyenne. Even between species, they'll get territorial, which is interesting. Yeah, you can tell we got some rain lately, right? We're officially in rhino territory right now, though. Keep your eyes peeled. On a hot day like today, even though this little home over on the driver's side here is the home of our black rhino Jody, it looks like she's being very, very smart. That cave, the stone palace there, if you will, has air conditioning, so I don't really blame her for hanging out in there right now. Keep hanging on. We're good. We have all sorts of antelope that are hanging out up on this hill. So this one with its rump towards us with that circular pattern, they look a little like shaggy donkeys. Those are called the Ellipsan waterbuck. Their names are very straightforward. They're called waterbuck because they're always by waterways. Looking at them though with all that hair, you might think that's a little weird. Like we know that when we get our hair wet, it's really heavy, right? So why on earth would they want to hang out by waterways? Really cool, they're a lot like ducks. That hair is going to be full of oil, which actually helps keep them dry as they cross through waterways, which is great because they'll do that to avoid animals like wild dogs, hyenas, lions. Now, we have a different species of zebra hanging out over on this side. Do you see any differences between this zebra and the one that we saw over there?
They're closer. The lines, the stripes.
Yeah, exactly. So these, we're not creative. The trend continues. They're the most common type of zebra, so you can call them the common zebra. Now, they have those thicker stripes. You're absolutely right. Really cool. If you want to be experts at identifying zebras, these common zebras are the only ones that have stripes on their tummies. So you immediately know what you're looking at if you see those tummy stripes. Now, I love zebra stripes. They're kind of like the gift that keeps on giving in a lot of ways. Do you happen to know why zebras have stripes, though? We have a couple of thoughts. So the most popular thought is that it's great camouflage, so that word keeps coming back to us again and again today. Now that we're stopped, you're more than welcome to step a bit closer to the zebra friends here. They're also hanging out with a wildebeest that's laying down. That's that gray animal with those big U-shaped horns. Now, when we say that zebras use their stripes for camouflage, we think it's more about camouflaging with the group rather than their environment. So standing all close together, it gets hard for a predator to pick out where one starts and stops. My favorite thought why zebras have stripes though is that it's actually a great bug repellent. Really weird, right? So we found that biting flies don't like to land on that irregular dark and light pattern. It's hard for them to actually land on, which is fantastic because nobody likes getting bitten by flies, but even cooler. So those biting flies carry disease. So in this roundabout way, we think zebras can keep themselves healthy with their stripes. Go figure. So the third thought why zebras have those stripes is that the thermoregulation word is also coming back, right? So we talked about how the pale color on the 8X is going to help reflect sun's rays. Darker colors tend to absorb it. So it creates something like a gradient over the zebra. It's like a little zebra air conditioning unit, we think. Super cool, right? So keep hanging on. I'm gonna chat a bit about the wildebeest here because we're seeing the wildebeest hang out with the zebra. That's exactly what they do in the wild too. We're good. So wildebeest, really, really famous for all sorts of reasons. Some of them earned, some of them not. Earned reasons though are going to be by going on the Great Migration, which is the biggest migratory event on land. Really neat, about 3 million animals total are going to go on that migration, and 1.5 to 2 million of those are wildebeest. Now all they're doing is following the new grass growth brought on by the rainy season, so everyone gets plenty of food and water, and they go alongside zebras. So they are partners in crime here as well. We are coming up on our white rhinos up ahead. Let me see where they are exactly. Oh my goodness, they're right there, aren't they? So, this is a great view of them, my goodness. So white rhinos are super unique. They're one of 2 types of rhinos on the planet that are social. Now all that means is that they like hanging out in groups. Jody, the black rhino, why she has that own little patch of paradise is because she's typical of most other types of rhinos. She's solitary, kind of like nature's introvert, right? These guys have no problem with that. Kind of what we were talking about before, we have one adult male out here, and then the rest are going to be females, all his girlfriends. Let's see if I can tell who he is. On this side. Oh, actually the one closest to the railroad track. Now you might notice that he is quite small. In the rhino kingdom, he would not be that successful at having babies, poor Mr. Tombo, because when a male and a female are deciding whether or not they want to start a family, they will actually fight each other first. Sounds terrifying. So it's kind of like an arm wrestling match mixed with a sumo match. You know how they're trying to push each other out of the ring? Same sort of idea. He wants to be able to show off how strong he is. Which she also wants because she'll be pregnant for 16 months. She's making a big commitment and she wants to make sure that baby's going to be strong too. Now how do you think I can tell the rhinos apart from each other though? How do you think I knew that one was Tombo? I mean, like, size can definitely help, overall size, but that helps most if they're like right next to it. So this is very, very convenient, all of them being right next to each other. For me, I'm looking at their horns compared to each other. So do you guys know what a rhino horn's made of? So Cheyenne might have to turn us around though, so it's just a second. Hey Cheyenne, what are you thinking? All right, if you're like me and in the middle aisle here, you can just get a little cozy on this side as she's backing up the truck, just so she has everywhere to look out of. All right, Cheyenne, we're good. There's a tree behind us though, so just be careful of that. You have to what? Oh, well, that means we're hanging out here for a little longer. So this lovely lady, for instance, right here is Milani. So she has one of the longest and sharpest horns, very, very sharp at the tip there. Now, rhino horns are made of keratin, which is the same stuff that makes up our hair and our fingernails. So you guys got something in common with the rhino, pretty cool. There's still an option now. The male is so he's on a different off habitat. A lot of the males we actually have off this new habitat.
It's just sitting right in the road. Don't want to move.
Breeding male giraffe as well. His name is Titan. Really athlete physique.
That giraffe, like,
now, the ADACs are our best roadblocks as well, and animals do get right of way, as you guys are familiar with. Very important though. So the giraffes here coming up to get snacks. Keep hanging on because Cheyenne's going to find us a better spot, which Takisa here says, no, this is the perfect spot.
Hi.
Yeah, so it looks like we have an ADAX up in front of us.
There's one laying on the ground too.
Yeah.
She don't run over it.
Oh, hello.
You don't wanna
Mr.
move.
ADAX.
Like,
Or
literally.
Mrs. ADAX, I should say. Cheyenne has the difficult job of navigating
Finally.
around these guys.
Just got up now.
They are also super stubborn. But when we do visit the giraffes and when she does find us a good place to stop, very, very important, the giraffes are coming over here to grab snacks from us. Not to be touched, so please do not touch the giraffes today. That's my most important rule.
Don't touch the giraffe.
I need to hear from everyone.
Don't touch the giraffes.
Yeah, perfect, guys. So that's just because they're a wild animal and they're a prey species and they're also much stronger than us. So we really want to respect their space. Yeah, exactly. Density. teach you guys how to take a giraffe selfie real quick. Oh yeah, I was missing you. But first, did I get everyone their first piece?
No, not yet. Oh, sorry. Busy protecting straight.
Hold it up tall. Giraffes have fantastic vision, and she is a lettuce hound. She will find it. So when you take a selfie with a giraffe, what you're gonna want to do, let me help Patty out here and help you out as well. Pretend this is your phone. Hold it lower than you would and have it ready. These lovely friends will not wait for you. And let the lettuce hang out by your ear and hang on to it. While they're grabbing that lettuce, that is going to be your chance to get that picture in, all right? Now, if you don't get it this time, no worries. I have another head of lettuce. I'll be coming back around. Oh, sweet angel. She might not come over. It might be too much excitement for her.
Ready. She won't come over.
So she likes to come over to the trucks, but it's totally up to them whether or not they want to come over. Here, I'm gonna grab you a piece here. It is so quick. Here you are. You're also welcome to move. Yeah, turn your phone around.
Any more over here? Any more? Hello?
Oh my god, just get away from my face with that tongue.